But this is a serious one because we're doing a follow-up on the Roblox situation. Red's got a follow-up regarding Roblox. So alerts have been off, but the Tangia is going to be off because this is a serious matter, and we are going to give it the seriousness that it deserves to receive. So, no, this is not going to be the last react. It's not. The video is only 20 minutes. Yes, I may yap for longer, but it's not going to take the whole stream. But we need to know about this. We need to hear what the follow-up is, and we need to see what is going on with this company. So let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So today I'm going to be talking about the Roblox situation. This is something a lot of people are talking about right now. Roblox is in huge trouble. This is a multi-billion-dollar company that is seeing its stocks fall because of a major scandal that they are facing. This is not something that just brewed over the past week or two. This is something that's been brewing up for really years at this point because Roblox does not want to take care of predatory people.
And by the way, I've meant to mention this. Like, there are people within my family, broadly speaking, that play Roblox. And I'm going to have conversations with multiple family members about this because I do not know if they are aware of just how serious this problem with Roblox has become. And my advice is, if any of you in chat or any of you in the YouTube audience watching this at home when I post this tomorrow, if anyone in your family or you know someone, even not in your family, that participates in Roblox, they need to be informed. They need to be informed and make sure that they are informed about what is taking place on Roblox. You don't necessarily have to tell them, oh, you can never use Roblox. Delete the Roblox app immediately. Never play it again. No, but at least make sure that they are properly informed about what is happening on this platform so that they can make an informed decision regarding it. If they choose, after being informed of what is happening, to continue to let their child, if they have children, continue to participate on Roblox, that is their decision, but at least they have been informed about what is going on. And they're not just falling for the rhetoric of, it's the #1 children's app to play on, without knowing the dark undertones of what is happening and that they may not realize.
Using its game to contact real children. Now, of course, a lot of people have talked about this topic already.
And I almost forgot about this. The Schlep video that we watched the other day, where Roblox tried to claim that Schlep was enticing these predators over onto Discord. So that was one of the reasons that Roblox cited for kicking him off, is getting these predators to go onto Discord, go offline to somewhere else. Yeah, the predators are the one that do that. The predators are the one that say, hit me up on Snapchat or hit me up on Discord. Here's my Discord. Hit me up on that. The predators are the ones doing that, not Schlep.
Real children. Now, of course, a lot of people have talked about this topic already. I'm going to get through the history very quickly, and then I'll get to the most recent stuff that really shows how nervous Roblox is right now and how they really are reaping what they have sown. Now, let's begin with this article right here. This is something that over the past week has been a major topic of discussion, and that is a predator problem on Roblox, basically being described as a hunting ground for child predators, where they have all this access to young kids playing this game, and they are exposing them to all kinds of sexual things, and even...
It's not the only thing they're exposing. And I don't say it as a ha-ha pun. That's not the only things these predators are exposing these victims to. That needs to be said. That flat out needs to be said. Because they're taking it offline. They're taking it offline. They're abusing these kids. Yeah.
Trying to meet up with them in real life. This is a problem that's been exposed really hard over the past week or two, but this is something that people have been pointing out for years now, and it seems...
And, sorry, Rev, I may be pausing a lot to interject onto this. It's been exposed a lot lately, yet sites like YouTube are suppressing the videos being made about it. The regular news media is actually talking about this, but the people on the content creators on YouTube that are actually talking about it, they're getting suppressed. YouTube is trying to keep word about what Roblox is doing under wraps. They're trying to keep the word from being spread far and wide. And YouTubers are being suppressed. I last video about it, definitely got suppressed. Legal Mindset has said that his videos are getting suppressed in regards to Roblox. And I think a lot of other content creators are also saying that their videos where they have called out Roblox are getting suppressed. The only ones that may have been able to bypass the suppression are the mega channels that YouTube can't suppress without really catching some shit. So Charlie, Asmin, Tectone, those like basically mega channels that are talking about this, that have like that have representatives at YouTube. Those are the channels that don't get suppressed, because if they did, then Asmin and Charlie and the like would come out going, well, YouTube's suppressing shit. And they would be contacting their reps and saying, do you really want to go down this route? Point of note, however, you know who hasn't been talking about this? You know what particular content creator or multiple content creators have not been addressing the Roblox? No, Nux has talked about it. I'm pretty sure I saw something Nux has talked about it. No. Do you know what content creators aren't talking about it? Yeah. Hassan and his cock-gobbling orbiters haven't said shit. As far as I know, they have not said a fucking word. Well, no, Collective Shout has been radio silent this entire time, Tanachi. They're too busy going after pornographic video games to give a shit about real children. We all know Collective Shout does not give a flying fuck about kids. This is no surprise that Collective Shout didn't say anything. But Hassan, Denims, Frogan, Casey Tron, Mike from PA, I have not heard of any one of them talking about Roblox. Not one of them. Interesting, huh? The leftists that supposedly, oh yeah, Yard Dog, he was banned like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. He's been back for a little while now. The leftists that the left is always supposedly think of the children has not said a word. Bearing in mind, Denims is the one that when she was watching a video about Ethan and Helia came on screen, was talking about when they had the skulls and CPS sent to their house, and she was talking about how it felt. Denims is the one called Helia the child killer. She literally called Helia a child killer. So supposedly, Denims likes to pretend she actually gives a shit about children. Where's she been on the Roblox? Where has she been about this whole scenario of child predators using Roblox as a hunting ground? Where is she been? I haven't heard a fucking thing from her about this situation with Roblox. Not a fucking word. Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting that the terrorist supporters don't say a word when it comes to child abuse? Fascinating, isn't it?
Seems like Roblox has no interest in intervening or stopping this whatsoever, and the only reason you could possibly think of for this is that it's about money. They want more money because they're actually financially benefiting from this disgusting system we have set up here that they're allowing to happen over and over again.
Yes. And V-Dog, I don't know if this is what you meant. Where's Visa and MasterCard? Visa and MasterCard were all in on dumping on Steam, dumping on itch, dumping on all these other platforms because they have porn under the auspice of it's for the children. Hey, Visa and MasterCard, where are you with this? Why aren't you going after Roblox and saying, if you don't do anything, if you don't do something about this, we're going to revoke your payment processing rights? Where are Visa and MasterCard about this? They were all over Steam and itch for legal porn. Oh, they were all over that. But Roblox has actual child endangerment happening. Radio fucking silence, crickets from Visa and MasterCard. See, chat and people out in YouTube land, now you have something else you can harass Visa and MasterCard on with the phone calls to their customer support. You know how there was the move to call Visa and MasterCard and inquire about why they did what they did to Steam and itch.io, and it really bothered Visa and MasterCard? This is something new that you can call Visa and MasterCard about. Now, people can call Visa and MasterCard and ask them, hey, why are you supporting payment processing for Roblox when they are a platform for child predators to go after children? Because Roblox is marketed as a child platform. Why are you continuing to not demand that they do something when they're fostering child predators on their platform? Why aren't you threatening to revoke their payment processing rights if they don't fix this problem like you did to Steam, like you did to itch.io? This is something that people can now, this is a new thing that, because remember, the phone calls to Visa and MasterCard are working. They were forced to make a public statement, and there was even a backtracking in regards to itch.io, where itch.io was starting to re-index a lot of their content that Visa and MasterCard was forcing them to remove. Basically, chat, we just got a whole new ammo supply of hot routes to use at Visa and MasterCard. So we can keep doing what we're doing, calling their customer support line, flooding the customer support lines. Only instead of talking about Steam and itch, now we can ask, why is Visa and MasterCard not threatening to remove payment processing for Roblox when they are supporting when they're supporting child predators and pedos? We as gamers and as concerned people who want children to be safe, we just got a resupply, chat. And it's a whole mess of slap routes. You know what to do.
So the reason a lot of people have been talking about this, especially as of late, is largely due to this YouTuber named Schlep. This is someone who has been kind of the main protagonist of fighting back against Roblox right now. This is someone who was groomed.
Okay, I was going to say main protagonist and a victim of Roblox, but Rev is about to say that.
Of fighting back against Roblox right now. This is someone who was groomed as a child through Roblox and the lack of security and security measures they had in place. And now he's made it his job to go around and try to do the work for Roblox and try to protect kids and not allow what happened to him happen to them as well. And you can see he's made a bunch of videos recently doing sort of sting operations on people through Roblox. And it's led to...
You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if JD Delay is going to team up with Schlepp. I could see him doing it. I could 100% now that Schlepp has blown up like this, I 100% could see JD Delay reaching out to Schlepp and say, you want to team up? It's right up JD's wheelhouse. Or it's right in his wheelhouse. That could be absolutely fucking epic to see.
To 6 arrests. This is something that has been very successful, and he's done it with other YouTubers like Gideon, and they have gotten people...
Well, Atanashi, Schlepp said that he won't, but Schlepp is not operating solo. Schlepp has got a couple of friends or a small team that he works with. So Schlepp won't be playing Roblox, but his team will, and JD Delay can make a Roblox account as a decoy. Kranos, JD Delay he's a convict who after his run-ins with the law where he was the bad guy, has come out the other side, and has now made it his life's work to basically go after predators and to basically, go after the bad guys because he was one. He's been on Unsub, I think a couple times, so he's friends with the Unsub guys. And does a lot of I believe a lot of his stuff on YouTube is about going after predators. Yeah, he is basically the perfect example of a reformed Kermit. He absolutely is a perfect example of a reformed Kermit.
Very successful, and he's done it with other YouTubers like Gideon, and they have gotten people actually arrested who are attempting to meet up with what they thought was a minor. And this whole thing
I know, V-Dog,
really
I heard about
blew
that.
up when, about a week ago, Schlepp announced that he has been IP banned on Roblox, and also he is being threatened with lawsuits. He was sent a cease and desist from Roblox, a multi-billion-dollar company literally coming down with the wrath on him because he's exposing the predators on that game that Roblox seemingly does nothing about. Let me just play a small clip from a different clip that he released, just talking about some of the issues. If you're not familiar with Roblox at all, that's fine. I think even with this small clip, you can understand how disturbing and widespread and out in the open all this stuff is in the Roblox community.
By the way, I am just going to point out, in terms of Roblox in a wider scope of how fucked up Roblox as a game, as a platform has become, leave us not forget, in addition to this horrificness of predators going after children on Roblox, leave us not forget that Roblox also had a Walmart where the company, the corporation Walmart was actually hiring underage individuals to quote unquote work at this Roblox Walmart under the auspice of, like, I think internship, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they were classifying it as like an internship, but they actually were taking applications for people to work at this Roblox Walmart, like in-game. It's a Walmart in-game that they were getting people, they were getting underage kids to apply as some kind of internship for them to work there. And leave us not forget that in Roblox, there have been literal ICE protests happening in Roblox. That legitimately, there have been actual protests against ICE, at the very least, occurring in Roblox. A children's platform is being used as a protest measure against ICE. It's something I felt I needed to include in addition to this nightmare-inducing predator issue. Roblox is the furthest thing from a kid's platform at this point. you have many adults that are coming in and co-opting the ever-living shit out of this platform for a myriad of reasons, and absolutely none of it is child-friendly. Absolutely none of this is child-friendly. Roblox is not a child-friendly platform anymore whatsoever. They did a similar thing for Pride Month. Okay, so they also did a Pride Month thing. Yeah. This is not a child's platform anymore. It is not.
Widespread and out in the open, all this stuff is in the Roblox community.
There are games on Roblox like XYZ Public Bathroom Simulator. That's about 7 million visits.
Yeah, we know about this.
Is showering together with kids. That is the whole game. If you join it, you're going to see predators, you're going to see naked avatars, you're going to see people peeing and all this sort of weird stuff. If I was a parent and I saw that, I would be outraged. I would be totally outraged. And parents aren't aware of this, and it's so sad. I get emails from kids daily about all the horrible stuff that they're exposed to. I get emails from parents talking about what their kids were exposed to. And
yes, Fat Man, this isn't Roblox. We talked about this during Schlep. Schlep brought this up in his video where he talked about getting IP banned from Roblox itself. Yes, this is a thing. It is like a public bathroom simulator that is basically, it is literally just a pedo predator hunting ground for kids. That is the entire purpose of this particular game server. It is a hunting ground for pedos and predators. It is absolutely disgusting and horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. In his video, I had to edit it in my clip. Or in my React video, I edited it because YouTube has been very strike happy these days, so I couldn't show it on screen. But basically, he has still shots in this public bathroom Roblox server where you basically have some guy in there doing one of those. You remember the basically doing a looking to, and I'm paraphrasing here because I have to be careful with how I describe this. It is a pedo that is doing a looking to chat with, and then describing the type of person that he wants to chat with. And needless to say, gender is immaterial, but age is significantly underaged. It is absolutely disgusting. It is sickening.
There are so many predators on this platform. It is actually unreal.
Yeah, but don't worry. They're going to punish the vigilante. They're not going to go after these predators. They're going to basically turn a blind eye for what, like I said, is seemingly financial reasons. But they're going to punish the vigilante. They have more of a response for the vigilante than the actual predators using their game to go after kids. This is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, and you know why? Because the predators are shelling out plenty of money to Roblox to buy accessories and shit in the game, and the children aren't. So the predators are giving them money. And that's why they won't go after them. Because they don't care that they're destroying the lives of children, so long as they keep getting money.
Using their game to go after kids. This is absolutely disgusting. You're punishing this guy who's going out there and doing their job for them, leading to real action, actual arrest. This isn't just content. These people are getting put into a position where they might be formally charged, sentenced, put on a list, have their internet access revoked, something that'll actually make a change and make the world a little bit safer for kids trying to play a kids game like Roblox. Now, of course, as soon as this came out...
Oh my god, this... I have only been half paying attention to Rev, and thank you, Mechanus. I've only been half paying attention to what Rev was saying. I'll probably have to back it up. I've been watching this video clip. This guy right here, they basically baited him, and he was basically in this location to meet an undisclosed age, but obviously underage girl. That was the purpose of him showing up at this location, because they baited him. This is Schlepp, and this is one of the people that he works with. I do not know his name, unfortunately. They baited him, and they pretended to be an underage female and baited him. So he came out here fully expecting to meet with an underage female.
Change and make the world a little bit safer for kids trying to play a kids game like Roblox. Now, of course, as soon as this came out, there was already some rumbling.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Chief Safety Officer sold $800,000 in stock when this hit. But no, they claim they're on the right. But they're gonna dump $800,000 of stock right after they sent the cease and desist to Schlepp. This safety officer dumped stock. Yeah, they're not doing anything wrong, are they? Oh no, this isn't the sign of someone knowing that the company is doing everything wrong and is bailing out as much and trying to create as much of a golden egg or golden parachute as he can. And this is just the chief safety officer. This is only the safety officer. What's the CEO, the CFO, the COO? What are they doing with their stock? Yeah? I'd certainly like to know what they're doing with their stock.
At Roblox, you can see right here on the 11th, the chief safety officer sold off $800,000 in stock. Is that not very, very, very suspicious? The chief safety officer doing that, nonetheless. That was a very big sign that, yeah, they're nervous about this, and they were hoping it would go away, and it's not. So eventually on the 13th, Roblox would make an official statement saying, for transparency, we are sharing more information about our decision to remove vigilantes from Roblox.
Removing vigilantes, but not removing the predators.
So that was a fucking lie.
They're all for removing the people that are going after the child predators, but they won't go after the child predators themselves. As a reminder, Schlepp, as well as those that have worked with Schlepp, have tried to report the predators. They have used the built-in reporting system that Roblox has to report these predators. One particular person, Schlepp pointed out, did 200 reports regarding predators in the game. 200 reports. And that the number of actions taken based off of those 200 reports regarding predators? 0. Not a single thing was done with any of those reports regarding predators. Not a thing. Every one of them got circular filed. Every single one of them. But they're all for removing the quote-unquote vigilantes. By the way, Roblox, you dumb motherfuckers, vigilantes implies that someone is taking the law into their own hands, that they're bypassing the police and they're bypassing the court systems. These guys are actually getting evidence against the predators and then contacting the police to have the police arrest these predators and do things the proper legal way. They're working with the police. So you calling them vigilantes? Fuck you for trying to smear these guys for doing what you refuse to do and actually making sure that they face justice. Roblox is calling them vigilantes because they're trying to facilitate some kind of, oh, we need to be, we are in the right. These guys are vigilantes. You don't support vigilantism, do you? No, so we're doing the right thing when they're not even vigilantes. This right here is slander. This Schlepp might actually have a slander case against Roblox. They're calling Schlepp a vigilante, which he is not. And he has lost his ability to do his work on YouTube, which is to expose predators and get and submit evidence to the police so they can be properly arrested and charged in court. And they're saying, oh, they're vigilantes. Oh, I don't think it might be, I don't think it will qualify under defamation, RSJ. I do think this might fall under slander. Either or, slander or defamation. Again, I'm not a civil law attorney. Andrew would be a far better person to ask this than I. But I do think that Schlepp, with Roblox's statement here, I do think that Schlepp, as well as anyone else that has worked to take down predators by going the proper route and going through the cops with this, I do think that they might have a justifiable lawsuit against Roblox for either slander or defamation or what have you. And with Schlepp specifically, he can prove that it has impacted him financially, because if he can no longer make these videos because he got booted off of Roblox because of this, he can show financial loss because of it. Aside from the fact that, he's trying to protect children. Aside from that. So yeah, and yes, I know that they've been community noted probably into oblivion on this one. By the way, okay, before I dig too deep in, Mechnus and Vespasian, thank you for the gifteds, and Hackle, thank you for the prime.
Roblox. See how that's the most important thing to them, is the vigilantes, but not the thing that the vigilantes are there to get rid of.
Well, I would imagine
you can see this was a disaster right from the start. They got hit with a massive note. I've never seen a community note with so many sources and official sources. I mean, these are like major media outlets being used as a...
And again, improper, even in the community notes, I'm sorry, community noters? Oh my God, there went my voice. Community noters, you're using vigilante the wrong way too. They are not vigilantes. Again, vigilantes affect what they believe is justice and completely bypass law enforcement and the court system. That is what vigilantes do. These guys are not vigilantes. They are gathering evidence, and then they are presenting it to the police, and they are working with the police to facilitate proper legal arrest, charges, and convictions in court. They are actually doing the proper legal route. They're not just like meeting these guys and just exposing them on YouTube and doing that and then fucking off. No, they're actually presenting this evidence to the police. They're making their YouTube videos, but they're working with the police on it. They're doing it the proper legal way. They are not vigilantes. I cannot stress this enough, because this is disingenuous to what they're doing. By calling them vigilantes, it actually downplays the efforts that they're doing. It makes it seem like they're saying, oh, fuck the law, we're going to bypass the law because the law is not doing anything. No, they're actually working with the law and doing it the right way. And I cannot stress that enough.
Source. You can see the context says Roblox has failed to uphold its moderation. That is the reason why vigilantes form. Not only that, they have also failed their job by inaction. Their lack of moderation for UGC is also a contributing factor. Now, if you look at the actual statement, it seems a little pissy, right? You guys will see it. You'll probably agree. It seems very petty. It seems like they're angry about this, and they're trying to drag the vigilantes through the mud. And you know they're talking about Schlep in this case. I mean, it's very clearly
don't use that word,
him.
Brev.
And you can see their statement, why we remove vigilantes.
Oh, okay. I have to, this is bugging the shit out of me. This is bugging the shit out of me how they are incorrectly using this word. Rev is doing it too. I'm sorry. I'm fucking tisming over this. I'm tisming hard over this because vigilante is not the right word. It's not. And I have to, okay. I have to try and calm myself down because they are not vigilantes. They are not bypassing the law. And I'm going to try and make this the last time I say it because otherwise I will be repeating this every 5 fucking minutes and I'm so sorry I've repeated it so often already. I'm so sorry I've been repeating it so much already, but they are not vigilantes. They are not skirting the law. They are working with the law. This just bugs me so much.
And down here they say more recently vigilante activity evolved. Instead of just reporting on safety issues, vigilantes started impersonating children and actively sought to connect with adult users.
The predators also impersonated children. Are we forgetting about that, Roblox? You're talking about the guys that are trying to stop these predators impersonating children and actively sought to connect with adult users. How about the adult users impersonating children and actively seeking to connect with children to either groom or abuse them? How about that?
Those conversations mimicked inappropriate behavior and actively encouraged others to connect on other social media and messaging platforms, thus bypassing Roblox's own safety systems.
Yeah, fuck you. The predators are the ones that are encouraged their victims to connect on other social media. Not Schlip and his people. The perpetrators, the predators are the ones that were getting the kids to connect through other social media off-site. Not the ones trying to stop them, you ass.
So yeah, unfortunately this is a classic sting operation, and unlike some bad examples of that, like there's plenty of vigilantes in different corners of the internet who are bad actors, right? They're trying just to farm content. That's what they care about the most, is making content. They don't care about doing things right to make sure law enforcement can actually do an investigation or charge the people involved. But in this case, Schlep and the people he's working with as well, they're doing a good enough job where law enforcement can act on this and actually...
Okay, I need to correct that. It's not they're doing a good enough job. The job that they are doing is with the explicit intention of working with police. The police coming in and arresting these guys and charging them is not simply a byproduct. It is the intended goal. The intended goal of Schlep and his team is to bring the police in on this, to engage the police with it, so the police can effect a lawful legal arrest, charge, send them to court, and hopefully get a conviction. So I feel like I need to point that out. This is not like, they're not just doing this like, oh, we just so happen to be able to get the cops involved. No, they specifically do this in this way to get the police involved. That is the end goal.
Arrest these individuals. This is a good thing. And it's only happening because Roblox refuses to do anything about this very clear and present problem on their platform. I will tell you this. We'll see some more examples. I always had heard about these sorts of issues in Roblox, and I knew it was bad. But seeing everything coming out over the past week or two, even I'm like, I underestimated just how bad it is. I mean...
I didn't. How many of you guys heard about the case, I think it was 10 years ago? The case that really brought this to light the first time was 10 years ago. We saw this in the Schluck video, but I remember hearing about this in the news approximately 10 years ago about a young, I'm just gonna say I will just say young. I'm not gonna give it what I believe the age was because I don't want YouTube to bonk me. But a young underage girl was playing Roblox, and one or two, I forget exactly how many adults that were playing the game actually SA'd this young girl's Roblox avatar. In game, they SA'd her avatar. And this young girl went to her mother, and the mother was understandably fucking horrified about this. And I believe, and there was press coverage on this. I believe she may have reported to Roblox. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think Roblox did a single thing about this. Even back then, I do not believe that Roblox did a thing about this incident. And the only reason why anybody knows about it is because the mother went to the press. And there was like 1 or 2 articles about this that I remember hearing about, and something like 10 years ago. That was like the first time I recall hearing anything in regards to Roblox not exactly being the haven for childlike fun that it claims to be. And it's only gotten worse ever since.
This is a rampant problem. This is not some small pocket of a community where there's, an issue going on. It is rampant across the platform, across the game, the community, everything. And it's in your face. It's just right there. And Roblox isn't doing hardly anything to combat these safety issues involving their kid-centric game, by the way.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And you can see more language from that statement, and Schlepp points this out. They're tripling down, and they're saying some pretty backhanded stuff right here. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonated minors. They are comparing the vigilantes to predators.
Wow. This is some serious levels of scumbaggery. They're literally victim blaming. They are literally victim blaming here. This is the equivalent of Roblox saying, well, you shouldn't have worn a skirt that short. You were just asking for it. That's the kind of equivalent here. And by the way, actively approached other users. No. Even though they could have. Even though, legally speaking, Schlepp would have been fine if he approached the predators first, because it would have not, he thought it would be entrapment if he did that. It wouldn't have been. He would have been legally fine. Because he thought it would be entrapment if he did the approaching, Schlepp said that he specifically did not actively approach a suspected predator. He said specifically he let the predators come to him because he didn't want there to be an attempted argument of entrapment. So, Roblox?
So that was a fucking lie.
How disgusting is this? Roblox.
Yeah, sorry, Rev. I'm going to be doing this a lot. I'm so sorry. But at this point,
FBI, open up!
Every single person at the Roblox Corporation needs to have the hard drive examined. CEO, COO, Chief Safety Officer, Chief Financial Officer, all of them. Every single one of them needs their hard drives looked at. Every single one of them. If they're going to be doing this and defending the predators, their hard drives need to be examined forensically. Every fucking one of them.
I mean, what is going on with this company?
You're correct, Heckle. You are correct.
Why are they so mad about people doing their job for them that they'll literally compare the vigilantes to the predators they're helping shut down. That's crazy. And the reaction to this statement was already like enough to cook them, okay? Some of the biggest Roblox content creators left their Video Star program, which is basically like, they get perks and direct contact with Roblox and stuff like that. And you can see the numbers on some of these channels that have left. Millions and millions of subs. In fact, the biggest one here with 13 million, Creekcraft, he said basically like, seeing everything, like he can't possibly support this stuff, and it's just embarrassing to be associated with Roblox at this point.
It's not simply embarrassing. I'll take that one step further. If you're associated with Roblox like these guys are, I can legitimately see them saying, I can't be associated with Roblox anymore because I don't want my fans looking at me like, are you a predator too? Are you supporting predators? I can legitimately see this being a legit concern for these guys. I'm not saying that I am not saying any of these four or others that are fleeing the platform are predators. Not saying that, implying it in any way whatsoever. But I am saying that I can imagine every single one of them is going, why would I want to continue to be on a platform that supports predators? Because the people that subscribe to my whatever their subs are for, Twitch, YouTube, whatever, any of their subscribers, if they continue to play on Roblox when all this is coming out, why would they would think, why would I stay here? My subscribers might think that I actually support Roblox protecting child predators. Why in God's name would they stay? Why in God's name would they stick around for that?
Company. He said, even if I want to just go to like a career standpoint, this is hurting my career and reputation by being associated with Roblox, who seemingly has dropped the ball so hard and then doubled and tripled down on it in the worst set of PR I pretty much will ever see at this point. In fact, things have gotten so bad that
here's the Chris Hansen thing you guys were talking about.
Documentary that will go into the handling of child safety issues.
Yes, Fat Man. Yes, I heard about that. It hasn't been dug down into all that much in any of the videos we've watched, but yes, the CEO wants to add dating to, I think he wants to add it to Roblox. So he already has a serious child predator issue on the platform, and he wants to add dating to a kid's platform. A sub 16-year-old platform. Yeah, 17 plus dating. Sure, Machinist. Yeah, I believe that. Sure. Yeah, the same platform where you can just lie about your age when you sign up for it. Yeah, sure, I buy that.
On Roblox. That's how crazy things have gotten. And just like with Schlepp, for example, Chris Hansen, you can say whatever you want about the guy, but the old To Catch a Predator shows he used to do, they worked not only for content, quote unquote, where they had a show exposing these people trying to meet up with minors, but they didn't just like walk off the set and go back home. They walked into a squad car because he was working with law enforcement and actually contributed to putting these people away because he was doing the right thing, just like people like Schlepp have been doing with this Roblox situation. Imagine fumbling so hard that Chris Hansen is making a documentary about your kid's game because you couldn't do your job because the money was more important. In fact, the irony here is that you see Schlepp get sued, and in response, now the Attorney General of Louisiana, the state of Louisiana, announced that they're suing Roblox, that they have filed a lawsuit against Roblox, basically saying they have not done anything to protect kids, and this is something they're suing them over. And I will talk about this particular situation in just a second, but Roblox would respond.
And by the way, like I said, Legal Mindset he did a full stream, and I know he did a fast facts regarding the lawsuit. I don't think I'm gonna actually pull that up on stream, because I saw his stream about it. But if you wanna get the quick and dirty about the finer minutia of what Louisiana is suing Roblox about, go check out his Fast Facts, where you can check out his full, I think he should have the full stream up on his channel too. He breaks down in good detail in regards to what Louisiana is suing him for, and the fact that what Louisiana is suing him for, literally every state in the fucking nation can sue Roblox for. What Louisiana is using to as the means for their lawsuit, every state in the nation has that same law, maybe slightly tweaked or differentiating because by state, but they all have the same law on the books. So literally every state in the nation can sue Roblox for what Louisiana is suing Roblox for.
Basically saying to that lawsuit that they're doing everything in their power to make sure kids are safe. And then,
so that was a fucking lie.
I'm going to be using that button a lot on this one, I think.
You see Schlepp sharing this saying, okay, so please read this press release while thinking about this. And you just search these things up here, and these are the results. Like, what are we doing, man?
What the fuck is R6? R34? No kidding, I know what the hell that is. There's the fucking public bathroom. What is R63? That's one I'm probably, thankfully, not familiar with. Can someone tell me what R63 is? I've never... R63 is gender bent? Okay, so R63 is basically... No. Reaper, that's R34, and I know about that one. So R63 is just gender bending everything. Gender bend, gender swap, everything. Okay, I've never heard of that before. If it exists, there's a gender swap. Okay, thank you. This is one I had not heard of before. So I was unfamiliar with that.
How does this happen, where this stuff is so in your face, open and available on a kid-centric game? This is crazy. This should never have happened, and it's persisted for so many years. The people responsible for this are disgusting. The adults involved with this, Roblox, they're all disgusting.
And by the way, yes, I'm pausing a lot. Notice what they're doing with the avatars. They're hentai-ifying the expressions. Notice the expressions on the Roblox avatars' faces are becoming very anime and very hentai specifically.
For letting it get to this point. But I want to go back to this attorney general from Louisiana because I knew this would happen. I hate being right about something like this, but this is exactly what I knew would happen. As soon as all this Roblox stuff started to catch fire over the past week or two, I knew it. I knew somehow this would be used to push age verification in the United States.
Yup. We all did. We all knew this was coming. Absolutely, we all knew this was coming. Fucking Legal Mindset said the same thing on his stream about this. He said, and I like when this first came out, I'm pretty sure I said this during the Schlepp video too, is that they're going to use this as a cudgel for the age verification. And Legal Mindset said the same thing, but he said they're going to try and use this as a cudgel, but you need to actually use this as a scalpel. Don't just try and lump this into, oh, look, here's an obvious reason why we need age verification to protect the children. Ignoring the fact that the that the ID laws that the government is trying to push through would not have done a fucking thing in this situation. The ID law that's for the kids.
So that was a fucking lie.
Would have nothing to do with Roblox. Why? Because Roblox is not for adults only. Roblox is specifically marketed for kids. So the age verification ID laws that Congress is trying to push through would have absolutely zero effect and has zero bearing in this case whatsoever. ever. So everyone in the government, US government, Canadian government, UK government, Italian government, Spanish government, the EU as general, all of you dumb motherfuckers that are going to try and use this as a cudgel to try and push through age verification ID laws, I am pointing this out to you right now. Your age verification ID laws that you are oh so desperate to push through just so you can lock down your populace and start spying on everybody and exerting government control over the entirety of your populaces would not do a thing for Roblox, because Roblox is an all ages and marketed to children. So your ID verification for age purposes for the children would do precisely dick in this case. They would do nothing. So don't try and use this as an excuse of, well, this is why we need to push our ID laws through, because it's the exact fucking opposite. Don't try and piss on our heads and tell us it's sunshine.
States, and that's exactly what the same Attorney General is now doing. They are now sharing this down here, which is basically another stab at age verification across the board in the...
Yeah, Attorney General Liz Murrell saying big tech platforms must get on board with age verification instead of fighting them using fraudulent experts. Yeah, Attorney General Liz Murrell, fuck you, you dumb cunt. Age verification doesn't do a fucking thing here, you stupid asshat. If you think this is a good reason for age verification, you're either running a scam to try and affect government control, or your diploma from your law school isn't worth the paper it's printed on and is only good enough to wipe your fucking ass with. Fuck off.
United States. This is a clear carbon copy of what's going on in the UK, the bill that they now have in effect with age verification. And this is now being used, this Roblox situation, as a way to push this even more in the United States. It's not about protecting kids the way they're framing this. They want to have access to your identity online. And they want to put you at risk. Because now you got to give over your ID if you want to go play Roblox or a game or whatever. And now...
Yeah, a game again that is marketed for kids. You want to push age ID verification onto Roblox, you're removing it as a child platform. That means that Roblox will no longer become a platform for kids if you really want to try and push the age ID verification on Roblox. Unless your purpose is to just try and get facial recognition on literally the entire populace of the country. In which case, if the kids want to play Roblox, they have to get their parents to take a selfie of them. Which, God help any parent that does that. You're an idiot if you give up your child's facial recognition for a game.
These companies have your information, and, you know, show me a company that doesn't have security issues at one moment or another, and you could be at risk if these companies do not protect your information. And why?
I've said it. I said this fucking weeks ago when the entire age ID verification thing first came on the scene. I said this from the very beginning. The moment they announced that the moment countries started announcing that they were doing this, the hackers instantly had a #1 target, and they have all been working on banging away at their security, and they will get through. The hackers and the dark web have already started working on those on those companies that hold people's IDs. They've already started. The moment this hit the main waves, they were banging on the door, and they will get through. Because because the companies that are doing this are the #1 target on the planet. They have become the #1 target. These hackers will get through, and they will steal the identities of all the people that you have forced to use to give up their IDs to go for your age ID verification shit. UK, I'm looking at you. It is only a matter of time before they crack your security, and they're in. and they have everything.
Why would we expect Roblox to protect your information, for example, when they can't even protect the kids using their game? But anyways, another good point here by Madam Savvy, who's been fighting with Collective Shout. We talked about that group of feminists who've been going after payment processors to put pressure on various gaming platforms like Steam to remove what they consider problematic content.
What did I fucking say? Here it is. Here it fucking is. Yep.
And Savvy points this out. Roblox and their payment processors, they're still on board. Yeah, Visa, MasterCard, PayPal. You want to get some Robux? Don't worry. You'll still get access to these payment processors. They're dropping all these video game platforms because of problematic games that adults are playing. But now we...
Legal games, I'll remind you. Legal games that are only available to 18 plus customers. They are fully legal. But they're fun, but they're all good with Roblox having predators running rampant on their platform. And they're not saying boo about it.
We have this massive scandal, is what it really is, involving Roblox, and they're sticking by them because there's money to be had. They care about the money. It doesn't really flow with what they want to do, so they're going to keep working with Roblox, and it's just shameless at this point. Now, of course, how does Roblox respond to the disastrous statement they made about vigilantes? Well, they, I guess, quadruple down at this point, saying they're planning to restrict social hangouts that include private spaces such as bathrooms or bedrooms to ID verified 17 plus users.
Do they really think this is going to stop anything? These predators will just change it to be a playground or a park. And they won't make it a private space like a bathroom or a bedroom. They'll just make it an open fucking park. Do they seriously expect this to do anything to stop them? It's not even going to slow them the fuck down.
First of all, why 17 plus? Why not 18 plus? And also, do you think this is the...
Vespasian? Yes. Yes. In this case, do it the right way. Like I said, maybe you missed it when I said at the beginning of this. This is a situation where, you know how calling the customer service lines of Visa and MasterCard about what they did to Steam or what they did to Itch? Do the same thing with Roblox. Call their customer service lines and ask them why Visa or MasterCard, depending on who you call, is supporting a platform that is doing nothing to stop child predators from operating on their site and is ignoring reports about said child predator and is actually blocking the people that are trying to stop it. Do it the correct way. You call the customer service lines. You speak politely to the agents you address. Again, this is key. When you speak to an agent, Vespasian, in this case, this is something different. This is different. This has been done already. This is just adding on to it. But again, if you're going to call Visa and MasterCard and speak to their customer service reps and ask and politely demand to know why Visa and MasterCard continues to allow payment processing for Roblox when they do nothing about child predators on their sites and actually silencing the people trying to stop it. Again, be polite. The people you are talking to on the phone do not make any decisions regarding who gets payment processing and who doesn't. They are just customer service reps. Be polite. Be calm. Do not go off on these customer service representatives. The purpose is to just flood their phone lines, to hit them in the wallet. Because again, every phone call that Visa and MasterCard receives on their customer service line, they are paying a fee for. You are costing Visa and MasterCard money every time you call their customer service line. They are paying a fee every time. But again, it is not the fault of the customer service representatives. They are just some poor schlub answering a phone to try and help someone with an issue. They did not make the decisions. I cannot stress this enough. Be polite. Have a set plan of what you are going to say. Be polite. If the customer service rep pops off on you, ride it out because they may be frustrated by getting inundated with phone calls. But be polite and be, so you come out as the righteous one. If you pop off on the customer service rep, you come off as the bad guy, and you give them ammunition to say our poor customer service representatives are being abused by these brigaders. Be polite, be professional, know what you are going to say ahead of time, and remember that they are literally just a poor minimum wage worker that's answering phone calls for customer service. They have not made the decisions on this. Just remember that.
The only corner of Roblox where this stuff is happening, that is very naive and a very convenient excuse. And also, just stop all this. We don't even have to get into this. Why do these spaces exist in a kid-centric game? Why are there these adult spaces existing in Roblox in the first?
Yes. They shouldn't exist in the first place. For fuck's sake, if these adults want to do this shit, they can go to Second Life. Second Life is basically adult Roblox. So if these adults want to do sexy time stuff, they don't need Roblox, they can go to Second Life. There's absolutely zero reason for there to be adult sections in Roblox. Zero reason whatsoever that these should even exist.
Place. Why do you have to even think about putting in an age restriction? These shouldn't exist. Just get rid of them. But they know. Roblox knows that they're making money from this, and they don't want it to stop. And now, I guess if you want to contribute to this sort of thing, you got to give your ID over. Well, if you want to contribute to that, I guess you're going to have to go and do that. But this is crazy. This is a crazy reaction to this. And then, of course, this kind of goes along with a long proposed idea.
Yeah.
The CEO has been pushing this for a very long time, trying to push a dating system in Roblox. Yes, the game that is heavily...
Oh my God, read this headline. Read this headline. Roblox CEO horrifies every parent alive with his ambition that the platform become a dating hub, even if he promises age verification, a virtual date to start, and then if they connect, move to the physical world. Okay.
FBI, open up!
FBI, you need to check this man's hard drive. You need to check this man and every person in Roblox's upper echelon's hard drive fucking now. Their hard drives need to be checked. This is scary. Because, again, what they're proposing, is exactly what they banned Schlep for. They banned Schlep for basically tricking predators and then moving it to the physical world. This is precisely what they banned Schlep for. And he wants to actually make this a feature.
Populated by minors who are also clearly being put at risk all the time because of the inaction of Roblox. Yeah, let's start a dating feature on that community. Yeah, that sounds really, really good. It sounds like a great idea. What an absolute moron. It's like this guy wants to put these people, these kids, into situations that could harm them. Why would you want this? There's even like a real life aspect. Like, he has stated the goal is to get them to move to the physical world. Like, do you not see how insane this is? Unbelievable. And people are looking...
Vespasian, I know you are all holding back on what you really want to say. I appreciate that. I am there with you. I am right there with you on holding back what I really want to say, and I do appreciate the restraint.
At this CEO, David Baszucki, however you pronounce his name. There is a petition right now with nearly 100,000 verified signatures trying to get him.
This should be changed to investigate. This word needs to be changed to investigate. Because he needs to be investigated. Him and everyone in the upper levels of Roblox all need to be investigated by the FBI.
To step down, for Roblox to get rid of this guy. And as always, with petitions, will this lead to anything? Probably not, the petition itself at least, but it's a good pulse on the community and what they're thinking. If you're Roblox, you should see this and understand so many people are angry at your CEO, who is dropping the ball left and right. And he's made statements about the sort of stuff.
Yeah, Pepe, yeah, we saw that earlier. And that's why I said everyone in the upper ranks of Roblox needs to be investigated. Chief Safety Officer included. We saw that at the beginning of this, at the beginning of what Rev was talking about. And I already commented on that.
Angry at your CEO, who is dropping the ball left and right. And he's made statements about the sort of stuff before. Back earlier this year, he said if you're worried about your kids being on Roblox, keep your kids off Roblox, which is funny. People are mocking the statement. He's right in a sense, right? If you're a responsible parent who's knowledgeable about what's going on with Roblox, no, you do not want your kid on Roblox. In fact, I think any reasonable parent doesn't want their kid touching pretty much anything on the internet at this point, but definitely not Roblox. So he's not exactly wrong here, but there's a problem. There's two layers to this. Parents need a parent, but also this issue is known to Roblox and they're doing nothing about it.
Yes. That's it. That is the twofold thing right there. No, Pepe, no worries, gamer. You're good. I get it. You just got here. No sweat. Yeah, Rev is absolutely right. The number one thing is the parents need to start parenting. That's number one. Parents, you need to start parenting the kids. Don't stick a fucking iPad in front of them and call it a day. Actually parent the kids. Put parental controls on it. Don't let them play games where there is known to be severe issues like this. That needs to start happening. And number two, they knew the problem existed, and they haven't done a thing about it. Instead, they banned the people that were trying to stop it. So if Roblox is banning the people trying to stop this, I'm sorry. 2 + 2 = 4. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a fucking child predator protector. And that's what Roblox is doing. They are protecting child predators. We've seen this by the fact that they are not banning them. And we've seen this by the fact that they're banning the people trying to stop them. And ignoring any reports in regards to that. It is fair to say right now that this guy, as well as everyone else in the upper ranks of Roblox, are supporting and protecting child predators. There's no other way to look at this right now. They are protecting the predators. That needs to be addressed by law enforcement.
You do not want your kid on Roblox. In fact, I think any reasonable parent doesn't want their kid touching pretty much anything on the internet at this point, but definitely not Roblox. So he's not exactly wrong here, but there's a problem. There's two layers to this. Parents need a parent, but also this issue is known to Roblox and they're doing nothing about it. That's the problem. It's not just a parenting issue. This is supposed to be a kid's game. And these kids are not being protected. Roblox knows this is happening and they're not doing anything about it. And eventually, see, this was on the 15th as well, the CEO would make a statement about the safety and civility always being a top priority for them. And here's
so that was a fucking lie.
Told you that button's going to get a workout today.
An update when it comes to vigilantism and all this stuff. And you can see it's going great. Hit with another note because these people can't stop lying. And really just looking at the video itself, 3,600 likes versus 18,000 dislikes. Clearly, people are not buying this, and why
Ratio
would they?
to hell.
Why would they believe anything this guy's saying? And also, what he's saying is focusing way more on vigilantes than actually addressing the problems that caused the vigilantes to start acting in the first place. And then Roblox, the official account, would then quote the CEO saying a bunch of nonsense.
God.
Again, showing how much they care and all the safety measures that they're clearly not using to their full potential. And then they got hit with a note. So we have a double-decker of community notes. I haven't seen this in a long time. A 2-stack of notes. It's actually impressive how much they continue to lie in the face of public outrage that is not buying their story. And then you start looking at Roblox, and I think this is a funny clip. You can watch it on your own. You can find this tweet, but basically it shows kind of the operations over at HQ over at Roblox.
Wait, are we sure this isn't Microsoft or Google? This looks very similar to these like little video clips of your typical day at blank. That is synonymous with like Google and Microsoft, where they have these. I mean, I don't doubt it's Roblox too. It's all these big tech companies. It's just adult fucking daycare. Every one of them is just adult daycare. Yeah. J-Dog, thank you for the tier 1.
It's basically just like every other California-based company like this. Yes. It's an adult daycare. They just go around. All they do all day is eat and go for little little trips around and have all these amenities, and they barely work. Like, these are the people who need to start doing something to clean up their game and their community, but this is what they spend their time doing instead. And the results have been terrible.
Yes.
And good.
Good. Let them lose everything. They've lost $12.17 billion. Lose it all, bitches. Lose it all. Thank you, J-Dog. I know we're on a heavy topic, but I hope you're enjoying the live version as much as you enjoyed the YouTube videos.
Apparently, Roblox has already lost about 12 plus billion in market capitalization in just over a week. Ouch. And, well, you get what you deserve, right? You allow all this stuff to happen. You make the worst PR decisions ever.
Was she Pepe? Well, Pepe, I imagine a lot of people that are big into trading have traded on Roblox because Roblox stock for a long time was very high. That doesn't surprise me. Anybody that has been involved heavily in the stock market would have probably had some contact with Roblox and the stock market because their stock up until this point had been going up substantially. So that honestly, yeah, I know the thing about Nancy Pelosi, don't fucking care about her. I truthfully do not give a flying fuck about Nancy Pelosi. Everybody in the stock market has been, messing with the Roblox stock because it has been going up this whole time. And now it's all coming crashing down. And I love to see it.
Deserve, right? You allow all this stuff to happen. You make the worst PR decisions ever. This is what you deserve. But that is the Roblox situation for now. Not in a million years did I ever think I'd be talking about Roblox on this channel, but this whole situation is a nightmare and something that needs to be talked about. There's no limit to how much people should talk about something like this until real change is made that'll make sure kids playing games like this are safe and protected.
Yes.
But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Okay. And I'm gonna finish this segment by once again repeating, just in case anybody that came in did not hear me, and once more for the cheap seats at YouTube. This is the time when you start calling Visa and MasterCard like gamers called them when they went after Steam and Itch. Again, this is the time to call Visa and MasterCard. They just gave us a glorious resupply of slap rounds to fire at them. Metaphorically speaking. Call Visa and MasterCard Be polite. Be polite. And inquire at their customer service why Visa and MasterCard is allowing payment processing to continue with Roblox when Roblox has a significant child predator problem, and Roblox, instead of dealing with it, chooses to ban the people trying to stop it instead of banning the predators. Gamers, strays, we have our mission. It's time to start executing that mission.